Good morning, Optimus. Happy Tuesday. Today we have the home price index coming out and we got the consumer confidence report. I believe the home price index already came out sometime back today. See what time that was. That was at 6 a.m., 9 Eastern, and the consumer confidence is about to come out in 10 minutes. So we'll see what those bring and what kind of volatility we got. Right now, the ES is setting up for a breakout and already began its move. You see, I took a tiny little one. I tried to take this 1 minute pullback here, but it didn't consolidate as fast as I wanted it to, so I kind of chopped it early. Took a small profit. We're up, 28 bucks, tiny little profit. You can see there's a lot of volatility back and forth right now on the ES, and where we're at right now on the chart, there's a lot of resistance up here. Depending on the consumer confidence report, I think that may impact how this is going to go. I might stay out of the market for a couple of minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes or so, and see where that heads out. But as it's looking right now, it's looking like we're going to get that breakout to the upside, likely pretty heavily. I kind of like having the Bollinger Bands on. I don't use it like all that much in order to make trade decisions in terms of like where to buy, but I do look at it for extension sometimes. And I've been using it on some of my shorter time frames, and I kind of like it. A little bit of cooling off right now. Expecting some pullback. I don't know how much. Still kind of assessing this. So far on our account, we're up $1,043. This is pulling down to the lower part of that Bollinger Band. So I wonder if we'll bounce right here off of like 86 area. Pretty heavy resistance up there in the 90s. Like from 88, 88.50-ish. So this looks like this might be that bounce that I mentioned. Consumer confidence report is about 6.5 minutes away. It's bouncing off the EMA 50. It's usually a pretty solid bounce move. I'm gonna try to get an entry off of 87.25 area. Come on. Not getting filled. Man, all week, like all month long, the fills have been extremely delayed, and it's been really frustrating. This particular issue, because I missed out on a lot of moves that I didn't need to miss out on just because I couldn't get filled. We're going to push up towards that resistance territory there. Let's see what happens. Switch to the 1 minute chart here, see what we got going on. Got that Bollinger Band up there at 89, which is right in line with all this resistance here. It's only about 1,300 contracts. I don't think that's like all that going to be that hard to get through. I guess it really matters whether or not we flush on the consumer confidence report.
Order filled.
Long off 88 and a quarter. I'm gonna try to get out of 89. Looking for a 3 ticker. $88.75 is where that resistance was, and so we got to get through about 450 contracts in order for this to hit my sell. It's kind of a lot of contracts. Being as that's the case, I'm going to put this at 88.75.
Order filled.
All right. So it did go through those. Oh, there's the rip. Up 94.50. But man, wow. Look at that rip. Breaking up through the Bollinger Band. Likely to come up here and make a new high. Let's take a look at that. So all that resistance is gone up there. Tried to ride that. Kind of missed it. So this break went from 88 up here to 92. About a 16 ticker. See some support forming along 88. A lot of volume in the market today. About 1,200 contracts every 20 seconds. What up, Tiny? Good to see you. Yeah, it's because I've been getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I've been getting up at like 3 a.m. and going to the gym at like 3:45. So then I get back home and trade my stocks and my cash account. And then start trading futures. So let's see if this pulls back to that 88 as support. Like I'm looking at this EMA 50 here. I'm gonna put a standing order there. I don't know if this is smart because That consumer confidence report is about to come out. It actually tapped my fill or my sell order, my buy order, but never filled. So the intention was for this to go back to the EMA 50 and then take a bounce move off of that. But I recognize that we are about 1 minute away from that consumer confidence report, not even. And so being as that's the case, I'm going to try to sit out for about 3 minutes or so. If I see it start to rip, then I'll try to grab it. But as it stands, might want to wait for that report. Okay, here's 7 o'clock right here. So this is the report. Now, on the 1 minute side, you can see that we're really close to getting a 5200 crossover, and I think it would look really strong on the day. Currently, ES is only up about $5. Let's check in on Bookmaps. Massive, look at all those contracts. Wow. That is thousands of contracts. We're looking at about 5,000 contracts between where we're at and where the top of this resistance at 44.95 or 45.95. Excuse me. So, kind of outsized sellers, or sellers there. A lot of resistance up here, specifically at 92.50 is where heavy resistance lies, which is just above the high. High is up there at 93.25, so I guess 92.50 is right below that. I read 92.25. All right, looks like we're starting to get a nice little rip in here. Entered at 89.75, a little higher than I wanted to. I'm gonna try to get out 90.75. And I'm in 3 contracts. Looking for 4 ticks on this. Got a little cyan switch on the 10-second chart here. A little crossover right there. We're going to need to push above 90 and stay above 90. I think 90.75 is in the cards. I think we can get up to 91.50. Getting a little minor resistance here at 90.25. TTM's at 1.1. I want to see this zoosh up to 91.50. $90.25 was really kind of the resistance there. Now we're pulling back some. Check in on the 20-second chart. Pulling back a lot more than anticipated. And this ABCD pattern here, this has to bounce right here or I get a bail. CTM's at 1.1 on the negative side. Down 262.50, which is more than a 1-to-1 ratio. I want to see it bounce off this 88.50 zone, off this EMA 50. There's a yellow on the TTM on the 20-second chart that is good, but it is getting kind of pushed down a little bit. You got bought a little high. TCM at 1.0, yellow. Check in on this 1 minute. Very close to that crossover, but there's no crossover there yet.
Order filled.
Took one extra contract. Hope it's not a mistake. Putting that one for sale at $89.75. So you might have been a mistake. Going back a little heavy. Let's check our trailing. Trailing's at 2080. It's a new 1 minute candle. I want to see this crossover happen. That's a lot of sell-off. I'm pretty sure I gotta cut this. Definitely way below the risk management zone. Pulling all the way back to the volume weighted average price. It's a lot of sell orders coming in. Damn, we gotta cut this. Yeah. My hand is literally holding the exit button. If I lift the mouse, it will cut. Pushing back up a little bit, which is why I haven't sold this. Kind of wish I didn't push this button. Come on. Jim's at 0.5. So 0.2 now. Selling back down. Now 0.22, 0.18. Come on, just rip. Just go test the highs. There's a cyan there. Come on. Up to 91. Go. Go, 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 go.
Order filled.
There's one down.
Order
I just
filled.
let it go. I was tired of holding that. I made a tiny bit of money on that. That was such a terrible trade. But at least it was profitable. So that one actually ended up as a break even. Let that be a lesson not to hit that button. Okay, let's check this on the 1 minute side. That was stupid. I pace in my apartment. Yeah, I think there'll be plenty of entries to come. This finally got this 1 minute crossover. And we got a red yellow. So I think that we're going to have some opportunity right now. And I think we have opportunity up to about 92. Let's see if we get a pullback. I would love a pullback to about 88.50. I'm going to join the bid here.
Order filled.
Join the bid at 89.25. Now the intention of this is for this to run to 91.50. Really to 92. You can see 92.50 is sort of the heavy zone there, but there is a lot of resistance on the way up. So we have to get through about 1,400, 1,500 contracts. But we do have this red yellow, and we are getting some push up here right now. Topped at 90. I'm going to put the sell order at 90. Come on.
Order filled.
There we go. We got a 3 ticker on that one. Up to 11 on the day. Counts up 25, 50. So what I'm expecting here is I'm looking for a cyan switch. We've already got this 5,200 cross, so we have a lot of confirmation that we're going to push upward. Up at the top here at 92, I want to say this is 92.50. Yeah, it is. Okay, 92.50. That's where we have 300 contracts chilling, and about 2,000 contracts in order to get up to that point. So being as that's the case, my guess is we're going to need to see a buyer's push in order to push this up. But once you get past 92.50, you have all these other resistance zones here. And so really there's a ton of resistance on the way up to 4,600. Specifically in the 45.90s, there's a lot of resistance there. So up to 11 on the day. Yesterday was a weird day because I was up 311, then it was down like a certain amount. I forgot what amount. But then we worked our way from that red into green 125, and then went red again, and then worked our way back into green 173 to end the day. Today, I guess I counted one of them as a loss of $25, and then two contracts as a break even, I guess. Anyway, so today we are in terms of profit. It says 162.50, but obviously that's not right because we're at 211. So that's weird. Kind of slow delay there. Let's look at not last week. Let's look at this month. So this month we've got an accuracy of 84.6%, with 11% L's, which is 3 losses. And let's see, gross P&L 1350. So this did end up pushing up. It was just really slow. This would have been a better buy point. Would have been down to this like 86.50 and then just let it like run. I think that honestly would have been a much better option. Unfortunately, I just bought in this way too early. I think it was overzealous, to be honest. We're running into the upper part of the Bollinger Band there, and that is right at 91.25. Which you can see all this resistance has shown up, and there's more showing up. We're outsized on the sell side. Look at that. That's thousands of contracts stacking on top. So we're likely going to get a sell down. Kind of looks like an ABCD pattern, but I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So we get this 5200 cross here, and you would think it'd be providing a lot more momentum to it, but that heavy resistance up top there is reducing that push. Let's see if we have new information on the consumer confidence report. So no links out to the home price index or the consumer confidence report yet. PMI data from yesterday came in at 4.9 on the manufacturing and 5.24 on U.S. services. The forecast is 54. I said 5.24. I meant to say 52.4. So let's take a look at yesterday's report. U.S. economy grows at the slowest pace in 5 months. Inflation sticky, S&P says. Yeah, that's what happens when you print trillions of dollars. It's going to make sticky inflation. I bet this goes to the same location. Yep. Buyers took the drop pretty good. Okay, let's check that. Found an entry for a short. Yeah, 45.91 would have actually been a pretty nice short. Could have pulled like anywhere from 6 to 10 ticks or so off that. More cyan coming into the TTM. I think overall this is a long bias push, but all the resistance up top is making it very challenging to get through the 45.90s. There's just more sellers than buyers by a lot. If you look at the numbers, like the contracts on the buy side is 3,300 stacked. The contracts on the sell side is 4,700 stacked. So it's pretty heavy in that regard. Buyers currently sitting at 122K in volume and sellers at 121K in volume. So buyers and sellers are pretty close when you look at the actual contracts filled, but the contracts that are on the level 2 is outsized on the sell side by about 1,000 contracts. 3,300, actually closer to like 700 contracts. There's that push up. That was a nice bounce zone right there off that EMA 35. So it bounced pretty quickly from 88 up to 90. That was a nice 8-tick option there. Guess I missed that. I feel kind of worked, man. Jim kicked my butt today. It was leg day. I feel like almost like a somewhat of a brain fog going. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. 5 minutes has been on a rip for a while. It's got a 3-minute 5200 crossover there. That puts us at having room up to 93.50 with the on the 3-minute side. Take a look at the at book maps. I don't know that I would agree with that assessment on the Bollinger Band there. We're gonna get through about 2,500 contracts in order to get there, and there's a pretty good amount of resistance up here in the 90s. Mark's kind of going a little sideways. We could get a 15-minute cyan switch. If that happens, then I'm pretty sure we'll push through these highs. You see what a 15-minute cyan switch looks like, because there was one right here, right there on the spread candle. Actually, it was on this green one, and then this red one here. But this went from 83 or so up to about 92, 93. It's actually the one that made the high. Still has about 6 minutes left in this candle, but everything's pointing to long right now. There's 91 on the price. It's really riding on long that resistance there. You see more contracts showing up. Yellow just switched to red. Dude, I may have to end it early, man. I got massive brain fog. No, you're getting COVID. The new COVID. There's another one. It's like COVID 23 or something. COVID 2 million. This one's like COVID nano. I think I had COVID like 3 times, like a year ago. So we jumped up to that 91.50 area that I mentioned. But yeah, I don't want to trade in this zone. There's just too much resistance. But when it does break, if it breaks, it's going to be like a massive rip. And you won't be able to catch it. So, but there is a pretty high likelihood that this will jump up to the high up there. We're about 5 minutes out from 7:30. I haven't been streaming long, about 40 minutes or so. I'll probably start doing these streams earlier just because I'm really trying to get focused back on the gym and cure the last parts of my brain injury that are still remaining. I know I should have done it years ago, and I tried to a couple of times, but at this particular point, I've been able to get my whole family on the gym too. It's just a lot easier to go to the gym when you're going with other people. Unless you're completely independent as a person, then, that's a different story. But I'm not. I got a family to care for. So that was it was an ABC pattern at like a slant. It's like A, B, C, D. And also just sort of bouncing off the EMA 50, EMA 35 area. Looking at the chart, I can see a lot of the moves that I did not take. And that's a little frustrating. I tried to grab this move, but it just kept running too fast for me. And I was like, just kept hitting join the bid over and over. I got a tiny little piece of it. This thing ripped though, like while I was chilling on that. I remember like stalled out and then it ripped. And I sold on the stall. So this is pulling back to the EMA 50. Let's see if we get a bounce here off this like EMA 50 and 35. So it'd be like 88.75, 89 area. So are we getting this bounce here? very evident resistance right here at 91.25. You see it hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rejected off of it on the fifth attempt. Yeah, you're right. Make or break at that point, at that price about a minute ago. You're absolutely correct on that. I'm guessing that the consumer confidence report was bad, but I don't have a link out to it yet. So starting to pull back pretty heavy now. You can see a 5200 crossover set up on the downside on the 10-second chart, and there's the pullback. Went down to 8650. So here we are at about 7:30. Yeah, it's like 7:31. We pulled down to 8650 or 8550. Excuse me. And we're sort of bouncing on that. That's where the volume weighted average price is. So if we bounce on VWAP, then we'll probably stay bullish on the day. If we drop below VWAP, we'll probably switch to bearish. At the bottom end of the Bollinger Band too, you can see right there. So that move was down to 85. And we bounced about 6 ticks off that, off 85. I am pretty tired. Come on, you. Oh wow, coffee. I literally said I am pretty tired, and then a coffee floated into my hand. I didn't ask for this. That's awesome. Wow, that's really funny. Nice job, Tiny. Got the homemade whipped cream in it. Yeah, that's how I like it. I'm just kind of chilling now. Looking for a move. I think 3 and 3 is more is safer for today. Focusing on like 3 contracts at 3 ticks. I think it's a little safer for the day. Wow, look at that. You see that? I was considering even going long there. Big contract drop. I was 2,200 contracts in 10 seconds. Actually 2,400 in a 10-second time frame. So that is a lot of contracts that just dropped. Bookmaps trainings are kind of funny. They do like their trainings themselves. They do like live streams type things, but they have some trainings that are like YouTube shorts and whatnot. And they're like how to spot illegal spoofing, and then they'll show how to read this to look for spoofs in the level 2. It's kind of interesting just to hear how they describe it and whatnot. I'm not really seeing much in terms of setups. I mean, I think that we might get a bounce here off the VWAP and then push back up towards like the mid 80s and like maybe around 90. But as it stands, I don't really see a lot going on. Market's just kind of going sideways. 7:45 in about 10 minutes is usually a pretty nicely volatile time. I say nicely volatile because it's usually like a volume push area. We're riding along this 200 moving average and the VWAP on the 1 minute chart. So a red to yellow on the 1 minute would actually look really nice and strong here. If we did get a red to yellow switch, it likely would look something kind of similar to this. My guess though is that it would push to about 88, 50, 89. And then struggle at that point. Where it's at right now, I don't like it for a long or a short. It's just ranging kind of near the area on the VWAP. That's just not, in my opinion, not the best place for me. There's some pop there from VWAP, about 4 ticks. TTM is at 2.1. So this looks like this is actually going to pop up. I'm going to join the bid. See if we can get it in at 87.75.
Order filled.
All right, we're in at 87.75. I was going for a 6 ticker. It was up at 89.50 and immediately pulling back. It's funny, I consider that this might do a pullback. I grabbed it because it was flashing yellow. Resistance, heavy begins at 91. Trying to get out 89.50. Which is only about 1,400 contracts to get through. I think that's manageable. I'm going to check this on the 10-second chart. I want to see what's going down there. Okay, gonna check the 20. 20 is getting a cyan switch. Need to break above 88. 88 is the line in the sand. Sure, this is 87.75. Currently sitting at break even. We got to get above 88. Really, it's like about 88.50, I think, that we got to get above. I don't really understand how to read this yet. I'm not really going to look at it. We hit 88.25. I don't love this trade. I'm going to just drop this sell order down and try and get out with a micro profit. Tap my sell order, no fill. Checking this 1 minute.
Order filled.
Got out with that little micro profit. Up 229.50 on the day. I do think that this has this op to bounce here, but I think we need to get through 88. See, my concern here is that on the 22nd we just got this downward cross. There's 88.25. Check this 10-second. And back to book maps. So I'm glad I got out with that little micro profit. Looks like I could have taken slightly more, maybe two, 3 ticks, but I'm happy just to have gotten out with profit. So it looks like we're on approach for a 10-second moving average crossover. I think that this right here will coincide pretty reasonably well with this red to yellow that's setting up on the 1-minute chart. So if that goes down, then we have this sort of newly formed ABCD pattern where you got the A here, then the B, then this pullback here being the C, and I think that would give us room to run back up to 91, which is only about 12 ticks. It's not like it's like massive range. It's a pretty tight range on the day, honestly. So are we going to get another pullback towards the view app? I don't think so, but we're kind of near it. Account setting at 1254. It does look like it wants to pop, but it just doesn't have the buyer volume. What up, Juan? I agree. It is a little stressful. The tight range is making it really, really stressful for me anyway. Started down 50, got back green. Took a big hit down 335. Sorry to hear that. Now back green. Damn. That was me yesterday. Like, exactly. That was me yesterday. So it looks to me like that breakout is going to happen. Like, it seemingly is forming reasonably well. I think that, I don't know, this super tight range right here where it's really just kind of fluctuating like $1 or $2, not even $2, but more like $1 is just, it's kind of challenging to trade. It's not really a trade zone in my opinion. I think in order for that to happen, like I said, I think we got to get above 88 and just sort of rip up. I think that this will be on the 1-minute side, would be the 1226 crossover. I'd be looking for the 9 EMA to get above the 12. And that's not going to be for a little while. This TTM is also 1.1 away. I still want to say that it's more on the bullish side, though, and not so much bearish. Obviously, there's a ton of resistance in the 4590s, but outside of that, I don't think that this is bearish per se. I think it's more bullish. So drop down to 87 and then jump up to 88. That sort of seems to be the range. So NQ putting in some bear flags, huh? And a contract dump. It's funny, this setup looks good, and for whatever reason, I don't want to trust it. I could be wrong, like, could just rip up, but look at the Bollinger Bands kind of closing in on each other. I don't know. I guess my original trade would have worked out, because my exit was at 89.50, I think. We're up here at 89. Okay, 9 is above the 12. We just got a cyan switch. There is a push down on that cyan switch. Pretty heavy, actually. Only about 1,500 contracts. Causing all that hullabaloo. I don't know if my brain is in this today. I think I'm going to walk with these profits here. Up 239.50 on the day. This looks like this is going to be a breakout, but my brain is just fogging, man. Reasonable results today. Up 240. Well, 239.50. Had 5 wins, 1 loss. Our loss was only 25 bucks. And then we had a break even, which didn't really need to happen. But only took 1 loss of 25. And then the fees on the break even. Which, let's see here. Was 1 contract at break even. 2 of them counted as a loss at $25. So, pull back to 88.25. Still a ton of resistance in the 45.90s, but the 200's holding it up right now. But if that's kind of what I'm feeling too, man. Is that it just sort of like it feels like the range is too tight and the breakout should have already happened. That's just my thoughts on it. And if I look at the level 2, I can see that there's more sellers than there are buy orders. Just taking a look at the level 2, I'm pretty sure it's the same amount of range, but we got 5,200 contracts chilling there, stacking all the way up to 94.50, and down here we've got 3,600. It definitely does look more bullish, but because it's just sort of like ranging in this little zone here, it's just not, I just don't really find it very trustworthy. So I think I'm going to walk away with my profits on the day, 239.50. We've been profitable every day since Friday, and I look to keep that trend going by managing my risk well, getting in and out of trades quickly, and really just not pushing it, trading the market that I'm in, not the market that I wish I was in. So there's a push again to 90. I kind of wish I just held this for like 10 minutes. So I said about 745 or so, we would likely get a push. We did, but it was pretty minimal. Like this was the 745 push, was this little zone right here. From like 87.50 to about 89.50. So 8 tick push. Yay. Anyway. Buyers might pull it out. NQ about to give. Let's take a look at the NQ real fast. Swamp. All right. Here we are on the NQ. And yeah, if it doesn't hold that 200 moving average, it's done. Would likely be a pretty large push to the downside if it doesn't hold that 200 moving average. On the 20-second chart, it's well below the 200. They got this crossover a long time ago. I wouldn't trust going long in the NQ until the 5200 cross happens on the 10-second chart. Then I would probably trust it. At least enough to take a trade on it. But yeah, as this is, I don't know. It's kind of finding support right there. Right on this 15.6, 15 area. But not my jam. And the ES never got that breakout. So without that, with the ES not getting that breakout, right here, this makes me a little bit more inclined to start thinking bearish. Because it really, in my opinion, should have popped right here. Now the pop could still come. It could come a little later, but in my opinion, this was the spot, because it had this big rip and then came up and tested that big rip, found this resistance, pulled back, and then bounced again and never got back up to that resistance up at 91. So because it never pushed back up towards that resistance 91, I'm a little more inclined to think this is going to continue dropping. So that's kind of my thoughts. And actually, if you look at the sell orders, they're pretty outsized at the moment. But the range thing it's way too tight. All right, I haven't settled that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down and take my profits at 239.50. And I'm trying to get in the habit of taking profits, even if the stream is somewhat short. Although I have been streaming for an hour and 4 minutes or so. And yeah. So I'm gonna walk away with that 239. Keep managing my risk. So Pawn, how's your evaluation going? Because I remember you mentioned that you had gotten pretty close to one. I got all these rocks chilling there. I got like an agate that I found at the beach. I got an amethyst. I always got all these rocks next to me. I love rocks. I really do. Got this quartz here. Found this one at the beach too. Like, yeah, this one's a really nice rose quartz. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm all nerdy with rocks. I like gemology and geology. I really do. Yeah, you blew that one, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I blew the other one that I was pretty close to. Back on another trying to get it there. The same. The one I'm on currently, though, I'm I've been going slow with it. Just trying to trade the market I'm in. You know what I mean? So this is actually what got me taking really large size on Friday. That's what actually got me that $800+ win on Friday, was taking larger size. For trading mojo. Sometimes I keep it for trading mojo too, actually. You're absolutely correct. I totally agree with you on that. But there are some days where it's just kind of like where the moves look really obvious and you're just like, heck with it, man. I'm going in. And that was what Friday was for me. So I was trading with 5 contracts on Friday. I know it's not full size. I know I could go to like 10 contracts, but 5 is plenty, I think. Trading 5 contracts on the E-mini it's like $62.50, I think, per tick. So, but you're absolutely correct that one bad candle on large size is all it takes to kill an account. I had a bunch of micro wins today. I'll take it. Why the hell not? But yeah, I'm done for now. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I hope y'all have an amazing day for the rest of the day. If you're gonna continue to trade, be careful out there. The markets are really tight right now. And so with that tightness in the market and that very small range, there may be a fair amount of challenge ahead. So sized up and got killed so fast. Almost reset my paper account over it. Wow. Hey, y'all were y'all taking that rip at all on was it BFRG? Hey, I'll pull it up. That's my chart weird. There you go. Yeah, I traded this one this morning. It was like a very, very micro float and had a really high short ratio. It looks like it's actually going to pop again. I don't know where all my moving averages are. It's weird. But yeah, it looks like it's actually going to pop up. We got it above this 9 EMA. But chilling there around $5. I don't know. I think this BFRG one has some reasonable trade opportunities on it. Traded this one too on a different account. It's my WeBull account. Wow. So I actually got out of this like that's funny. I guess it did run up to like 250. Took the trade back here. Hmm. All right, Joe. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Thank y'all so much for being here. Much love and appreciation. I'm gonna jump up in our Discord community and talk about results and reflection and all that fun stuff on the day. And I think I'm done for now. Markets seem kind of done themselves. So, yeah, it's just slow. Too slow. So, but yeah, peace out, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, I've also been starting these streams a little bit early, so stay tuned to the Discord to know when they start because I've been starting them sometimes around like 6:45, sometimes around 7, so a little bit earlier. I don't have a set time yet. Considering starting around like 6:15 or so, just because the gym and stuff like that is like I get home and I'm just kind of chilling for a little bit. So considering starting around 6:15 and going for about an hour and a half, so going till about 8. So all right, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.